And I'm just going to tell you all right now, going into the future, it is going to be a deadly, dangerous place for a lot of parents out there. A lot of parents out there are going to end up getting hurt, killed, and everything else. I'm telling you right now. And you're going to have a bunch of kids out here who their parents told them, you don't need money. You can do it. If I couldn't do it without you, you don't need no money. Money don't matter. And they're going to walk into a world where money is everything. And at some point, just like you eventually woke up one day and you had, this backlash against police brutality, there's going to be a backlash against parental economic abuse. I'm telling you right now, and actually you are already seeing it. It's already playing out in a very subtle way that you may not notice. But in places like Chicago, where the youth unemployment rate is running to 90%, and in places like Dallas, and in places like Houston, where the children have been fed nothing but ashes to eat, they're out here knocking over everything moving. There's a reason why you're seeing an uptick against abuse, an uptick in abuse of the elderly, of the older generations and whatnot. And the reason for that is because the children are starting to realize that the reason that their cup is empty is because of you. And just mark my words, and I know a lot of folk are not going to like that I said that, but it's the damn truth. It's going to be like that story that the preacher once told, that he was with the man and they were down in hell, and you saw these people, they were at the lake of fire and brimstone, and you see them grabbing somebody else and dunking them under the lava. And he was saying, who are those people? And why are they dunking those people down into the lake of fire like that? And the devil tells them that those are sinners who are condemned to hell, and the people that they're dunking down into the lake of fire, those were the preachers who told them that they were saved. You see, and I posted this on Facebook before, if you build assets for the children, then when the children are grown, they will not have to struggle. And because they will not have to struggle, if things happen to you, then they will be able to stop what they are doing and to come assist you. But if you got in your mind, man, I'm here to pimp hoes and slam Cadillac doors and live it up, it's all fun and games till the diabetes hits. When I worked in corporate America, we used to have these health orientations where they explain to you ergonomics, how to sit at your chair, how to stand at your desk, how to use the keyboard to try to prevent carpal tunnel syndrome. And one in particular, it said about disability, that you should understand disability because we are all temporarily able-bodied. But that at some point we will all become disabled to one extent or another. But we are all temporarily able-bodied. Black folk don't live like that. Black folk are sitting up here with this YOLO. Black folk are sitting up here acting as if black don't crack and we'll just be the same forever. It's nonsense. It's fantasy. It's ridiculous. It's idiotic. But that's the pathology that we are actually attempting to execute and implement in the real world. That we are forever able-bodied until the day you're not. And then you have to scramble like dogs, like roaches, to try to grab every penny you've got to keep your ass from going under. And the children don't have a spare penny to give. You didn't leave them nothing. This is why white folk don't have to worry about that. At least their kids can put them in a nice nursing home. The Asians don't have to worry about that. They have an economy and assets with which to take care of their elders. Black folk, the children are on their own and so are their parents. And we never get to a point where we make it our generational practice to create wealth. Got niggas sitting up here today telling me money ain't everything. What you really just said is poverty for my children is acceptable. I'm okay if my kids are in poverty. That's all right with me. I don't have a problem with that. If the kids aren't doing okay, that's fine. And then when the day comes that you are unable to take care of yourself, there you are. But our priorities are in other directions. Our priorities are in other places. And then we wonder how we got into the mess that we're in today. And Tisha Campbell's situation is really microcosmic. Look it up. Tisha Campbell's situation is really just a scaled up example of what happens in black society as a whole. It's just one particular example of what happens in society as a whole. Because this is a pathology that we have. We would rather have a car than to have a home. We would rather have spending change than to have assets. And these are two people who went through millions of dollars. And at the very least, somewhere along the line, there should have been something to put into that. If they had enough money to go and lease a Range Rover, they had enough money to get a loan for something that would get them out of this mess they're in. But we don't actually try to get out of this mess. Leaving our children impoverished does not shame us. You should be ashamed and disgusted if you're driving a Range Rover and your children are taking the damn bus. You should be ashamed of yourself. And I'm just going to tell you all right now, going into the future, it is going to be a deadly, dangerous place for a lot of parents out there. A lot of parents out there are going to end up getting hurt, killed, and everything else. I'm telling you right now. And you're going to have a bunch of kids out here who their parents told them, you don't need money. And they're going to walk into a world where money is everything. And at some point, just like you eventually woke up one day and you had, this backlash against police brutality, there's going to be a backlash against parental economic abuse.